Okay, so I've been playing Reverse again lately, just for fun, to pass the time every now and again, and honestly, I've been enjoying myself. Like, I think it has its problems still, no doubt, but to play, a few matches a night, maybe for an hour or two, it does pass the time, it is enjoyable, and it does have, like I said, its issues, especially with the only server being NA now. I think the ping can be a lot worse, and there has definitely been some suspicious players as of late. Like, I don't know if that's something that's common or not in this game, because I don't really play it enough to know. But anyway, today we're talking about Ada, and I think she's probably one of the best characters, if not probably the best character in the game, mainly because hit rage in this game can be a bit weird, right? If you played the game enough to know, you'll know that sometimes you'll feel like you're shooting bullets that are doing essentially nothing and then dying really quickly, especially to other characters, and I think a lot of the characters that will kill you quicker are Ada, Claire, Leon in certain situations, and one of the Wolf Squad team, I forget which one it is, but one of those, they seem to have the best time to kill, but I think Ada really does sit at the top, and I kind of want to go over her playstyle and her kit, as well as like what I use on the character as well, so let's jump into it. Okay, so looking at her kit briefly, you've got the pipe bomb arrow. This, as it says, you leap up in the air and you shoot an arrow with a pipe bomb attached to it in the direction of where you're aiming. It explodes, does damage, and it does actually stagger as well, which it doesn't say. It can stagger monsters and hero characters alike, so that's pretty cool, and it does a decent amount of damage. And somersault kick, it's a backwards kick, does damage to people very up close, kind of similar to like Leon's roundhouse kick and Chris's punch. And again, if it is a human that we knock down, I don't necessarily remember off the top of my head if it does stagger creatures. I think it does stagger the low tier creatures, but I don't know if it staggers like Nemesis or the Tauren or anything like that. And then you've got a passive, Spoil's Wisdom. You automatically recover a small amount of stamina and briefly gain the ability to dodge regardless of any of the conditions when your HP is really low. Dodging in this game is a big help because it does act like a Dark Souls dodge, where essentially you dodge at the right time, you are not going to take any damage. So her being able to dodge, again, when she's low on HP, does kind of come in clutch at times. But again, hit rage in this game is a bit weird, so sometimes it'll work in your favour, and sometimes you'll just die anyway. So it's a bit of a swing and a miss with dodging in general, but that ability to be able to dodge even more so is very much welcome. Anyway, so jumping back into the gameplay, so Ada has the crossbow in her kit, and I think the crossbow is probably one of the best weapons in the game, and it has such good one-shot potential. Now, key thing to keep in mind is when you're playing this game, something I completely forgot about, which makes it so even more deadly, is the virus samples you can pick up. It's very important to pick up these whenever you see them, not only in case you die, you can spawn into more powerful creatures like Nemesis, but the more you have on you, which I think 2 is the limit, the more you have on you while you're alive, the more accurate you are, and the more damage you do. So that's very good with the crossbow. Now, if we briefly go over to the coin screen a minute, just to show you kind of how I set up Ada and her weapons. So the creature ones you can kind of ignore and do what you want with those, but I always try and make sure I'm buffing weapon power as much as possible. And you can see it's almost full. So I've got the headshot damage booster, again, maxed out, so more headshot damage. You've got target accelerator, which makes the reticle get smaller faster, which again increases accuracy. And then damage booster for the crossbow in general, as well as a crit booster to increase the critical damage. And with those coins on, and with like maximum vials, I would say my one-shot potential is quite high. Like, it's not a guarantee every time. There are certain characters that can kind of survive it, and again, sometimes you'll one-shot someone, well, you'll hit someone once, they'll be like 1 HP and the kill will get robbed. But there's not much you can really do about that, I'm afraid. But regardless, the crossbow has such a potential to one-shot people from any kind of range. That's the best part about it. Like, it has such good range. There is actually so very few long-range characters in this game. I think again it's Ada, and then again one of the Wolfhound squad, which has a sniper rifle, and that's pretty much it. Everyone else is kind of medium to close range. Now, of course, she does have her weaknesses. Again, with it being a crossbow, it's one-shot reload. So at range, you're kind of fine because you have the window to reload. But if someone's up in your grill and they're really trying to get you, and you have kind of upgraded more into the crossbow than anything else, you are probably going to die unless you are really accurate. I've seen some really good Ada players that just don't miss, and it's quite impressive. Again, could be a lag thing, could be a bit more suspicious than that, or they could just be good players. But regardless, they've been really, really good at hitting the shots, and it does make a difference. But yeah, up close, you're kind of going to suffer. The pipe bomb arrow is a good escape if you need it. You can kind of like just jump out of the way for a second, and you'll be fine. It doesn't work every time. It can kind of almost mess you up if you can't land in a certain angle. It can really throw off your aim, but it is good. And then the kick, it is very much forward facing, so you have to kind of be like looking at someone in front of you to do it properly, else it's kind of going to miss. So I don't think her abilities are that good, but the extra dodge is always a good help. But I think that's pretty much going to cover it. Overall, I would say, yeah, she's a very strong character, very good pick. You pretty much do see an Ada in every game, I think. I think she's one of the more popular characters in the game. I think it's probably her. Claire's going to be quite good if you know what you're doing. I think she has really good fast time to kill, especially in close range with her revolver. It's very strong. And other than that, you kind of see a good mix of everybody. But yeah, I definitely think she's one of the best characters to play, is Ada. So let me know what you think. Feel free to use my setup if you do still play the game and are interested. I promise it will treat you well. But if anyone else has any other suggestions on how to set up certain characters to make them feel good, or just wants to discuss other characters in general in the comments with each other, do let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Again, I do play the game every now and again. I do plan on streaming it every now and again. I did a test stream a couple days ago. Someone may have seen me go live, but it just wasn't really working as well as I'd hoped. So I did cut that short. But I will be trying to stream this every now and again, and maybe get some of you guys on as well. But yeah, keep an eye out for those on the YouTube community page or on Discord. I'll leave a link to the Discord server in the description if you want to join. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.